Tree of Life Synagogue. Investigators say he used 3 handguns and a rifle. He went room to room, shooting people gathered for Sabbath. 11 people died there. And we bring in new perspective on an awful topic, a name and a woman we turn to often in times like this. Corri Zoli is an assistant professor at the Maxwell School at Syracuse University. Thanks for coming in.
Sure.
One of these days it'll be a happy topic when you and I talk on television. I'm struck by the video that this guy wanted to be out there.
Right.
Twitter and Facebook, they're trying to pull him down as fast as they pop up. I made the horrible mistake of watching some of it today. Why the recordings? Why record what you've done?
I think this is a kind of classic terrorist tactic that we've been seeing since, 2010 at the least, where ISIS and Al-Qaeda, you remember, in the Toulouse attacks in France, for instance, where they recorded the attacks against a Jewish school with a GoPro video. So you're seeing this kind of capturing of the image and disseminating it so that you can rouse other recruits for your terrorist cause. I mean, or divide populations or polarize populations. How
significant is the threat of white supremacism around the world?
So this is a big debated issue in the scholarship. There seems to be a rise in this kind of white supremacist, white nationalist movement.
Immigrant-hating, Muslim-hating.
Right, and not just
other-hating.
Right, lots of ethnicities, lots of religions, anti-Semitic attacks, like you mentioned in the Pittsburgh synagogue case. So it's a pretty virulent discourse that's almost against, virtually all ethnicities, all religions.
How do you stop that?
It's
different. It seems it's different than a war on ISIS or a war on Al-Qaeda. They've got territory they're trying to control, they're trying to expand. They also have this ideology, for sure.
That's right.
But this seems different. There is no territory. No one is...
Right. So you try to reduce the ideology and its dissemination. I mean, that's the most important piece of the puzzle. So you're seeing the monitoring of these social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter on this. But it's very important to reduce us and them dynamics, polarization dynamics, these kind of politically polarized dynamics that are occurring in our public discourse these days. I think we all should be aware. We used to say, the terrorists win if you give in to fear. Now I think we should start saying the terrorists win if you give in to polarization. I think that's what we should think about now.
How do you know if somebody's gone off the edge? How do you know when somebody hates too much?
I mean, a lot of these guys, like the suspect in the New Zealand attacks, are very vocal about it, right? They're posting materials, they're writing manifestos, they're organizing with other groups and other individuals.
So they're doing that, but in a narrow space online that I wouldn't typically go to. But, in daily life, how do you know? Is there a way of knowing?
Necessarily, no. I mean, the NYPD put out some nice information today on social media about this, saying, we're in support of these communities. Yeah. If you see or hear anything, let us know. The typical...
So it's not just see something, say something. Right. Now it's if you hear something, say
exactly.
something. That's so interesting. Corri Zoli, thank you for coming in. Appreciate it very much for your perspective on this. Stay with CBS 5.